Hello everyone, my name's Seeds, and lately we've been doing a lot of these videos, and you guys seem to be enjoying them, so I figured let's keep them going. Today is going to be a video for all tier monster players, including the advanced people, because this is something that affects everyone, and a lot of people have problems with it. Even I have problems with it, admittedly, and that's dealing with something that we refer to as bloodlust. Now, bloodlust is something that is hard to explain until you've experienced it. Bloodlust is a detriment to anyone that it occurs to, but let's start with the story. So, you're in a match, and you've been constantly harassed by one pesky hunter that's been on your tail the entire game. You turn on them, you grab them, you stealth pounce them, you're beating on them, grappling them, slapping them around, watching them wiggle below you, and they survive with just that sliver of HP, keeping them from giving you that strike, that feeling of satisfaction that you got that bit of payback. Now, you look at them and you go, you know what? I'm going to invest a little bit more. I'm going to get that strike and get out. You chase them around and round of trees, shields, heals, everything's being thrown on this one person to keep them alive and keep them going. And eventually, you do get that one hand that swipes forward, hits them across the face, down they go, and you're good to go. Now, you realize, hey, I just got that strike. You start feeling that moment of, yes, that's self-pride. But you feel a bullet shoot you right in the back, right as you're about to leave, and down you go. Hunters win. Sheer has been saved from the monsters. Now, we don't want that ending. We want hunters being slain. We don't want to be listening to the hunters brag about it in the next lobby as we go to the next battleground. No, 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 no. We want this resolved. And the point of that story was to show the detriment of the mentality that we refer to as bloodlust. Like, as I said before, this is a discussion of mentality. There isn't audio cues for me to show you. There isn't any warning lights. There's no tutorial on how to avoid it. All we can do is recognize it and try to avoid it and try to do what we can to prevent this behavior from occurring. Now, in regards to statistics and video games and all that technical stuff, this goes back to the old red versus blue debate. Now, for those who don't know what the red versus blue debate is, the way color influences behavior. Now, they did a study on multiple games, so it's universal, and it's been pretty much proven that red encourages a more primal, aggressive urge, while blue encourages a more objective mindset in the player or gamer or whatever term. And this also goes to other games as well. So, don't just apply it to Evolve, but for us, we're just going to discuss this in the world of Evolve. So if you want to do what you can outside the game to help influence yourself and make sure that you don't have this occur, pick a blue skin, pick a blue map. These little things will help you forward in trying to make sure that you don't have to worry about this. But while the behavior is occurring is the majority of the time, and we have to take steps ourselves to also solve this. We can't just rely on statistics when, we can take steps to ensure our satisfaction and to ensure that we proceed forward and that we get that feeling of success. Now, what we need to do is we need to establish the key characteristics to identify bloodlust when it's going on. The first one is going to be tunnel vision, targeted tunnel vision. And by that, I mean when you are specifically looking at one person and you are looking at them and saying, hey, you are going to die. I don't care what you say, you're going to die. You've annoyed me this much, you are going to die. And we'll ignore the tilt factor, but that person, we need to break this, right? But again, we'll get into that in a minute. The second character is a lack of self-awareness, which is your awareness of your own presence and what's going on with your character in the game. Like not checking your health pool, that sort of stuff. And your positioning would be another factor. And then the third one is a lack of objective awareness. So that refers to your awareness in regards to your progress towards objectives. In Evolve, if you're stage 1 or stage 2, how close are you on your Evolve meter? Should you possibly be evolving or should you not be? So these three characteristics can be resolved by creating a routine behavior during combat. Now, before I go into how to resolve it, I'm going to do another story for you guys. Okay, and this actually is a personal experience of my own that actually occurred during the ESL Majors, which is something that's actually haunted me since that day. And I'm actually going to go game 2 than game 1 because Game 2 is, you know, where we learned about bloodlust and where we started to, or I started developing this system to try and teach myself out of it. And it's something that's proven to be successful, but it's still having to be trained into me, as it will, and it will take time for you, regardless of what game you play. And for starters, we were on a map, MedLab, and for those of you who don't know MedLab is a very small, close quarters map, and it's very hard to get away from the hunters. And I was going against a Sunny team back when Sunny was in her early stages and people just figured out how good she was at boosting. So what happened was I was chased around this entire map. I got frustrated and they engaged on me, and I didn't think I could win this match, but I was like, you know what? I'm slowly losing playing my game. So I need to change something in order to have a chance. I engaged on them. I had full evolve meter. I fought down. I got them all down to Crow. I had a sliver of HP remaining, and I was just bloodlusted. I chased him down, and I chased down Crow, and I lost the game because of that decision to be tunnel vision and didn't pay attention to my own HP pool. I saw the armor, I didn't pay attention to my health pool, and it cost us the match. It actually cost us a lot more than that, but that's a different discussion. When the right decision was, if I monitored my health pool, was to back up, evolve immediately, and then chase down Crow and kill him, because he wouldn't have been able to kill me in time after the evolve. Right? So that's an example of where bloodlust can occur. And it's something that needs to be monitored, and it needs to be regularly kept in check. Otherwise, it'll happen to anyone, and I just wanted to provide an example for you where that occurred. Now, let's look at how we could have addressed this behavior. While you're in combat, there are going to be periods in which you are on cooldown. There are going to be periods in which you're swinging your fists because you need to in order to keep your juggle. That's fine, and there's purpose to that, but you also need to make sure that you're quickly smelling and checking other people's health pools while your character is providing those animations. You have time during those animations to monitor health pools, to monitor hunter positions, to monitor the environment, and to be aware of what's happening around you. We need to make sure that we're doing this. The second step is to check your your target's health and your own health at the same time, and monitor the overall cost of this attack and how much health bars you're losing in order to get that strike. We'll discuss the value of a strike later, because that gets a really complex topic. However, for the purpose of this video, we're going to say that if you're losing 2 bars of health and all your armor for 1 strike, it's time to stop the attack without any further progress and roll out, leave, and get out of there, because you're not getting anywhere forward anywhere quickly. Now, the last way that we need to be resolving this bloodlust sensation is dealing with the objective awareness issue. And that's to keep in mind of what our progress is with the current game. With the current match, if you're in your earlier stages, you need to be checking your evolve meter, making sure that, okay, if I commit to this, I need to be ready to evolve immediately after this in order to make any value out of this strike or this down or this body camp or whatever you're doing at that point in time. You need to be aware of that objective value and what the advantage that you're gaining gives you. And what I mean by advantage is that if you get a strike on medic or get a strike on the assault, that gives you different bonuses. For instance, an assault down provides an advantage in attack power in the later stages. A medic down provides an advantage in durability, and so on. In the earlier stages of the game, you're more worried about control, speed, and positioning, as opposed to the later stages of the game where you're worried about attack power and durability, because you're going to be going for team wipes and other such situations like relay fighting and that sort of stuff. And this is something like, this is a general overview, but it's something that I found extremely helpful with dealing with this insatiable bloodlust sensation you receive when playing Monster, when you really just want those downs and there's nothing you can do about it. But hopefully this will provide you with the tips and tricks that you need in order to help get rid of that bloodlust sensation and protect yourselves from the monster within us all. Now that's it for this video. It's a rather abstract video, a little bit different, but I figured I'd want to keep things up tempo for those of you that are more advanced and allow the intro guys to also get something out of it as well. Now I hope you guys enjoy some mammoth birds, and I'll see you all in cheer. If you like this video, give me the thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give me the thumbs down. If you have something more complicated, put it in the description and let me know what you think. And yeah, to whoever's posting my stuff on Reddit and anywhere else, thank you. Good job. But we'll see you guys next time, and keep on hunting.